The Rock's physique in this movie is insane.
Insane.
It's absolutely
his shoulders,
insane.
and he knew he needed the wrestler tight waist. His thighs.
Massive.
Oh my God.
How do you have that conversation with someone?
That's where I'm like, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to do it.
I want to ask you about your A-list, like, portfolio. Dude.
Okay.
Because this is actually crazy. Like, you look at, like, the last few movies. When you had Pattinson, right?
Yeah.
You probably were like, we're peaking, dude. We're fucking peaking, right? And like, and by the way, not only had him, but acted alongside.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Bro, that movie, if you haven't seen Good Time, you guys have to go watch that movie. That movie is like phenomenal.
Intense, yeah.
And people went straight to Uncut, and I'm hoping a lot of them went back and watched that. Then you go to Uncut Gems, and you get Sandler, me, right? You get Sandler, you get Garnett, you get a slew of incredible actors. You're like, dude, okay, we're clearly peaking.
Yeah.
Then you get The Rock, Emily Blunt, the star of one of my favorite movies ever, Sicario, and a bunch of others. Incredible actress. Numerous other people. What is it like working with actors on that level? Do you get nervous at all?
Well, it's interesting because you get to know them before, you know, and it's like, and you want to work with them for a specific reason, you know, and when you meet them, like either that perception of who they are is what you expected or not. And when it matches up, it's the greatest thing in the world, you know? Because like when I first met DJ, it was like, oh my God, this is like
It's The Rock.
yeah, and it's just there was something behind his eyes that I just connected with, and it was real. And same thing with Sandler. He's just like a great guy, and that just when that happens, you're like, okay, we can do this, you know? And you know you're going to get close on this process, and that's part of it is you want to kind of develop that relationship in a way. And so it's definitely strange because it's like I approach every movie like it's like the last one I'm going to make because it's like, all right, hopefully I get another shot. It's like, so you got to put everything you got into this one because you never know. And so that just comes from like doing that for so long, you know, it's hard to shake it. It's like, okay, luckily, like, okay, maybe now I got the next one. Like that one's set. It's like, but after that, I don't know. It's like,
that's addict mentality.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
It's this idea that the shoe's always going to drop.
Exactly.
You know, the next
100%. It's like everybody was talking like, oh, this, and it's like I've dealt with like there's people in my family who've had addiction, and like I've seen it very close and had to deal with that, and it's hard, you know, and because of that, I'm like, okay, that's the last thing I want for anybody, and myself included. And so, but at the same time, I do have this idea that I can understand, which is exactly what you said, is like everything can all fall out right now. So you have to kind of go like that.
Which can be good and bad.
Exactly.
It's just all or nothing mentality.
Exactly.
Cataclysmic mentality that can act in your favor. For
like, somebody said, like, are you a gambler? And I'm like, no, I'm not a gambler. But then again, I'm like, I'm putting it all on this number.
You're a gambler.
Oh, you're a gambler.
As a filmmaker, especially. Yeah, in many ways. I want to just hit on the A-list thing, specifically with The Rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? You mentioned meeting Dwayne, having that experience of like, wow, like this is a real person.
Yeah.
He cares, he listens to me.
Yes.
He has thoughtful comments back to what I'm saying. I had the same experience with him.
Yeah.
I just think he's a magnificent human being.
Yeah.
And I imagine the director-actor relationship becomes that much more impactful.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can just like look at each other.
Yep.
And you know exactly what each other's thinking.
Yep. Well, it's trust.
Yeah. 100%
He's trusting
trust.
you. You're trusting him.
Exactly.
It sounded at the beginning of this podcast. You said this film actually started with him, like it was his idea, and he came to you.
Yeah.
With it?
He wanted to explore this.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, if he wants to explore this, that says so much about him, you know, that like it's a totally different story, you know, than you normally see.
Very much so.
And I was like, that is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. And and then the more I learned about Mark and the world, I was just like, oh, this is it. And I just never stopped. I have like a screen grab of Mark from like 2020 on my phone, you know?
Yeah.
I bought Dwayne, I found a XXL of the Nautica sweater.
Dude,
Yes.
dude, we had a whole
Talked
fucking
about it.
By the way,
conversation about that.
those I think might be coming back.
Dude,
bro,
he
that
turns
was
to me,
the
he
hardest-
goes, that is the hardest fit I've ever. He
Yes.
goes, if someone wore that fit today,
Oh my God.
the yellow nautical.
Yes, exactly.
Bro, can we get some of these?
Oh,
like
100%.
We need these
We can make
sweatshirts.
that happen.
So
I actually just got a picture of like the reissue. I have one in my own I took one.
It's a fleece. Right?
Oh, it's a fleece.
Dude,
exactly.
It is
a
so
crew neck fleece.
Yeah. It was
Oh my
sick.
God.
It's so
See,
funny
we
you
really
mentioned
watched
that.
the movie.
Yes,
we really
I love
watched
it.
the movies, bro.
We had a sidebar about it.
It's
He's like,
amazing.
That's the hardest fit I've
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like I was obsessed with that.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was the image in my head.
so funny.
So I found the sweater. I sent it to him. I wrote a letter to him, and my handwriting is like a 2-year-old, and it looks like I'm a psycho. But I wrote him this like beautiful letter, and then I'm sure somebody on his looked at it and like, this looks like a psycho. Let's just not put that out there. And then it never got to him. And then it was through Oppenheimer. I met Emily.
Yep.
And we acted together. I'm like, what? And I'm like,
He was in Oppenheimer.
I want to talk
Okay.
about that as
Well,
well.
can we stay on the rock for a quick
yeah,
second
yeah.
and then switch?
So basically, so now it was just like, again, to go back to that trust, it's like, it was the kind of thing where I'm like, all right, we both just need to trust each other implicitly. That's the only way this is going to work. And I know, and it's so amazing you have that, that the Elvis at his end of his career concert, literally they come in, because there's,
I love that just happened.
Yeah.
I love that just happened because it gives me a little bit more color as to who you are as a person. Like you're mid-statement talking about working with The Rock,
Yeah.
and you just see an Elvis record on the wall, and you're like, the Elvis record.
yeah.
He's one of us.
Yeah. so basically, like, you have to trust each other. And I just knew, like, okay, I can ask him to do anything.
Yeah.
And he's going to be able to achieve it. And if he's going to work his hardest to get there. Like, for example, we're on his back for a good, very emotional moment in the movie. You're not going to shoot the front of me? I said, no. I'm just shooting the back.
Post fight.
Post-fight,
that's some
And you're
sassy
following
shit.
him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to shoot the front. He
yeah.
goes, okay. And then I'm like seeing him act with the back muscles.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
Guy can act with his back.
Oh, yeah.
Was there ever a moment where you're thinking through Kerr's condition, the addiction, the all of the perspective and empathy, and you thought to yourself, does The Rock have the chops to pull this off?
Never. I knew he could do it.
How did you know that?
I just knew it. I don't know how. I can't explain. I saw it inside of him. The fact that he wanted to do this and wanted to work as hard as possible. He put in the time. He gained 40 pounds to like,
He was
massive. I said to him, I need you to get bigger, puffier. And he goes, okay.
I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
The Rock's physique in this movie is insane.
Insane.
It's absolutely
his shoulders, and he knew he needed the wrestler tight waist. His
thighs.
thighs.
Massive.
Oh my God.
How do you have that conversation with someone?
That's where I'm like, I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do it.
like, bro, I need you to get huge.
Yes. I was just like, okay, it was the kind of thing where that's one where you're a little nervous. You don't know, like, because he's already big. And it's like, I need you to get bigger. And he's like, okay. And he knew exactly what I was talking about because Kerr's body was so special. You know, there's a wrestler physique. There's a specific muscles that you have to work to get that. And so he had to transform.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, I just knew he could do it.
Yeah, his acting is great. It's a first time where I felt like he was acting. To be honest.
He's just so internal, and he's so like,
Well, in this movie specifically,
yeah,
I think
so
that's
emotional, and so you just love him. You want to like reach out and give him a hug, and he's so sad. But then at the times he's really frustrating. It's like,
yeah.
and that was important. I wanted to show that like it's not easy to live with sometimes.
I can't imagine that there's a better Rock acting role. I mean, he really, really popped through as an actor in this.
It really, for me, it was just like, wow, I feel like, oh, I could ask him to do anything.
It was either
And he
this
can do that.
or Moana for me.
Yeah.
For his best.
Well, no, the thing is there's an element of magnetism that he has.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's why those are so successful.
Yeah.
And it comes through because like you just want to be in that gaze, because you feel it.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you like that clip, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see more zany clips, click the video right here.